Hello there guys, welcome to Puer Tea House. Today I would like to share my tea drinking experience with you. This is a bag of tea gifted from my friend. It smells wonderful. Oh, there's a camera. Yeah, okay. As you can see, the loosened leaves are so beautiful here. Can't stop smelling it. So this loosened tea is the spring tea of 2024, which is this year's spring tea. Okay. It has this aroma of sour plum actually, which is unexpected. Just making me can't stop smelling it. So attractive. It smells so good, and now I wonder how is its taste. Okay. Now let's get rid of the. Oh, look at that! I love the golden color of the tea. It was so pure, so clean. Oh, wonder whether you can see the small or micro substances here. The mineral matters, the micro matters in the tea soup. Now let's smell the tea. It smells great. Oh. The tea leaves has that some kind of greenery smell, like it's directly from glass or fresh tea leaves. The smell is clean as well as the soup. Now let's try the taste of the tea. The taste of it is a bit light, but it's the first steep. The first steep is always rather lighter than the other steeps. This is expected. And after the taste, you can also smell the cup. The smell of tea is always lingering at the bottom of the cup. A good cup of tea will always has a smell lingering at the bottom. Also, it has this aftertaste after drinking. The aftertaste gives you a bit of bitterness and a bit of sweetness, which is also classic characteristics of spring tea. Okay. Well, now let's try the next steep. Steep number 2. Okay. We may serve as soon as we infuse the water. Don't want it to be bitter and astringent. Now we can see that second steep, the tea soup, is even cleaner than the first steep. That is because the unwanted matter has been flushed away, and the tea leaves has become more clean than it was in the first place. I don't know whether you can see the micro substances here. The micro substance here inside the tea is actually the highlight of the whole cup of tea. It's like a small universe inside. Now let's give a smell. Okay, we can't smell much of it. Now let's try the taste. Okay, you can see it's golden yellow. Nice. Weather now in Menghai, Yunnan is rather hot. It's over 30 degrees. So it's a good time, good place to drink a cup of tea, to relax yourself, to ease yourself down, to pull yourself from busy businesses. The second steep is also rather light. It may take a few more steeps to unleash the matters in the tea leaves so the taste would be increased. Okay, let's not waste the steep of. And let's pour it to a bigger bottle, gather it for later uses. And now let's come to steep number 3. Okay. Fast infusion and no steeping time. Quick serve. Quick serve can avoid the bitterness and astringent texture of the tea soup. It is getting cleaner and cleaner. And it is also shinier and shinier. The third steep is much shinier and cleaner than the first 2 steeps. Let's now try the third steep. It tastes better now. It has more of that spring tea taste now than the first 2 steeps. Okay, what do we call it? This cha qi, the qi of tea. The third steep, I am finally getting the cha qi of tea in the third steep. The first 2 steep was rather light and plain, and the third steep, I can taste the tea leaves is being release more potential. The matters, the minerals are being released, more of the mineral and other matters. So the change in taste is also getting it. But the texture, on the other hand, is getting more astringent than before. So it is like the taste is up and the texture was down a little bit. I would say the taste. I would say the taste is good. It has the sweetness and the spring tea taste, classic spring tea taste of it, but the texture was a bit astringent. You can obviously feel in your tongue and your mouth, which is astringent. Okay, now let's pour the third steep into the bottle. And now let's try the fourth steep. It has more potential yet to be released. Right? So let's go now. As always, the color is bright, golden, and shining. Right. Ooh. Much shinier than the first three steeps. Now this one is getting more oil-like shiny. As if it's directly come out of gold. The liquid of gold. Isn't it, people? Now let's try. Okay. All right. The taste was not that different from the third steep, but the texture is getting more astringent, even more. I would say someone who's into soft and smooth texture, this one is not for you, but the taste is good though. And also the bitter taste was more obvious in this steep. The fourth steep. Looks like the fourth steep is also releasing the bitterness of the tea. Let's put it here. Now let's go to the fifth steep. Well, as you can see, the color is becoming lighter now. Right. That's right, the color is not that bright and golden as it is before. So in the future steeps, we might want to increase the steeping time. But for me, this is good. I don't want it steeping for too long to avoid this astringent texture. As expected, the taste has also declined a little bit. Well, after all, this is the fifth steep, and the taste has declined for a little bit. And the texture is also astringent as it was. And the cha qi of this tea is good enough. The cha qi is quite good and overwhelming. If you're someone into a great tea of qi of tea, this is good for you. This may be of your type because the cha qi and the bitterness, the taste is strong, and cha qi is overwhelming. Also, you can see I'm already sweating right now because the strong cha qi of this tea makes people sweat, and it also increases your body temperature after drinking it. You can feel the heat inside your body. This is quite magical. Drinking tea is not only the experience of taste, but it's also the experience of your body change. You can obviously feel the temperature and the heat inside your body. And I can feel that my body temperature has increased a little bit after drinking a couple of cups of this tea. And now we might get more tea into this cup. Okay. I'm getting hotter and hotter right now. Alright, I'm going for the 6th steep now here. I don't want to steep for too long as I don't want the astringent texture of the tea soup, but if I don't steep it for a while, the taste would also be light. So let's count maybe 5 to 10 seconds, the steeping time. And the water temperature has also dropped down a little bit. At first, the first steep it was like 100 degrees Celsius, and now the sixth steep, I haven't heated the water yet, so it might be down to 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. I don't know. I think the steeping time is quite enough, so here we go. This one, after a while steeping, the color has become golden again. The 5th steep, I haven't steeped it for a second. I served it as long as I infuse the water, and the 6th steep, I just put it there and steep aside for a while, for maybe 10 to 20 seconds. And now you can see the color has become golden again. The shining, glistening golden. And the micro matter inside the tea is significantly fewer than the first few steps. The micro substances were so full and rich in the server are in the first three steps. And now, as the serve went on, the matter was released less than the first few times. Now let's try this taste and texture. Well, hopefully it doesn't get too astringent after I steep in it for too long. Surprisingly, the texture was actually smoother than before. Well, I thought it was gonna be more astringent than the first few steps as I let it sit there and waited like 20 few seconds. But it actually just surprised me. The texture was actually softer. And it tastes much better than before, than the fourth and fifth step. I can taste the matters, the, the intrinsic substances of the tea leaves in the sixth step. Also, this is the only serve that I drank up. That's right. So after all, I'm not gonna try it anymore. Alright. Alright, sixth serve. And it was just a big bottle of water. This amount, 6 step. So that's it. Alright, in general, this tea was quite strong in taste. If you are into strong taste and cha qi, the tea of tea, well, you would definitely love this. But as for me, my personal taste, I would be more into a softened and smoother texture of the tea and more of the sweet taste. But this one, the aftertaste is good. The aftertaste, it has the strong aftertaste, which makes the tea, the smelling and the taste lingering in your mouth, but it lacked the sweetness of my taste, which is my flavor. It doesn't mean everybody should love the same way I do. No. So in general, this tea has a characteristic of strong taste and astringent texture. Doesn't mean it's not good. It is depend on individual's flavor. So in the first few served, if the infusion time is rather short, the taste would be light. But in the four steps, the taste and texture would be more much increased than the first few steps. Means it needs more steepings to release the matters inside the leaves. The potential of this leaf is good, so I would say this one has a strong cha qi. The cha qi is overbearing. Okay, the strong cha qi, which means it's strong in taste, and the bitterness is rather strong as well. Bitterness and also the aftertaste. The aftertaste, quite sweet, but what I want to say is gum. the taste of gum, the aftertaste of gum. And gum, there's no such a word to describe this Chinese character in English. So gum is a taste between sweet and bitter. It is like, for example, sweetness is the direct stimulation of your taste bud. That you are chewing a candy and you can taste the sweetness of the candy. That's the normal sweetness. And gum is more like something that you taste bitterness at first, and then you would feel the sweetness in your throat. That is called a gum. The aftertaste is gum, and gum is when you taste something that is bitter in your mouth, in your front mouth, and would actually taste the sweetness in your throat. The aftertaste is sweet, and that is the concept of gum. So this tea has the strong 茶气, the strong taste, the strong bitterness when drinking it, but also has a gum aftertaste, the sweetness. You can feel it after drinking it. And also the texture is astringent, like I said, not silky, not smooth. But also, if you are not into the smooth texture, this is also good for you. Okay, now I have gathered the tea from the served, and now I would like not waste it, but reuse the tea as other purposes. What I'm gonna do is to make rice. I'm going to make rice out of this tea. I may not see this right. Okay. So I've washed this rice in advance, and now I'm gonna use the tea I just drank. And let's see how it would be like using raw pu'er tea to cook a pot of rice. Okay, the rice made of raw pu'er tea is finished. Now let's witness. I can smell raw pu'er tea and the aroma of rice. Pu'er tea flavored rice. Are you ready for this? Raw pu'er tea rice. It smells good. It is emitting the aroma of tea and the rice. It looks great. I'm gonna eat well. Okay, so this is today's live streaming of my tea experience. Quite thank you if you watch to the end, and if you're interested in any tea products, conventional and authentic Yunnan Pu'er tea, black tea, white tea, and citrus pu'er, you can contact me via the number provided in the comment section. And this is Puer Tea House. I'll be seeing you next time.